Hi, my name is Hannah Epps from Farnham Pilates. I've been teaching and running Farnham Pilates for over 10 years and I'm a level 3 Pilates expert. I love helping people relieve their pain, gain mobility and strength on their joints, lower back and core muscles. I have clients of all ages and abilities and our classes are very relaxed, fun and friendly. So please log in, come and join Skype and do some personal training with me, or look at the YouTube videos of short little instructions that I've done. So my email is hannah@farnhampilates if you'd like to contact me, and then my website is www.farnhampilates.com. So what I want to introduce you today is how to increase your pelvic floor. So I'm going to do a 4-week pelvic floor strengthening challenge, and it's really important to increase core and stability, spinal stability, increase your control to prevent incontinence and prolapse. I'm really passionate about helping people strengthen that area, and it's not always about the pelvic floor, it's about other muscles around the area and trying to isolate that area as well. So let's get going. Hi. We're going to start doing how to increase pelvic floor, my 4-week challenge, increasing core and spinal stability. So it's just a few minutes a day, and I'd like you to do it twice a day if you can. And you will feel a huge difference and notice a big difference at the end of the 4 weeks. Okay, so I want you to come down onto your hands and knees. So Rosie's kindly on her knees here, so if you come slowly down and just come onto your hands and knees. So, shoulders down, your back is flat. In this position, it's really important to try and work the tummy. So you're going to lift up that belly button towards the spine. You're going to breathe wide and full. So you're breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth into this thoracic spine area. So you're going to breathe in, lift that belly button, and as you breathe out, I want you to gently slide the left hand and the right leg without moving the tummy. And you're going to breathe in, come back. So we're working on your core stability. You're breathing out, extend, other hand, other foot. And breathe in, come back. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep doing this 5 times each side. Good, keep your breathing nice and relaxed. Lift that belly button and start again. Keep going, good. So back is nice and flat. Lift that belly button. Try not to move the hips from side to side. Good, breathe out, lengthen. And breathe in, come back. Lift the tummy as much as you can, support the spine. Good, so you're using the lower abdominal muscles. You are extending from the shoulder and the hip, but we're keeping the hips to the shoulders still. Okay, last one each side. Breathing out and extend, and breathing in and come back. From there, you're just going to take yourself gently back into child pose. So you're pushing your bottom down to your heels, you're letting the arms stretch out in front of you, and you're just going to soften the elbows, soften the shoulders, let the spine relax, lengthen along the spine, your glutes will be nice and relaxed, and just gently take the forehead down to the floor. Now, in that position, I want you to do your pelvic floor squeezes. So you're going to do 10 quick squeezes to get those fast muscle fibres working, fast twitch muscle fibres. So, Rosie, you're going to squeeze 10 times, and squeeze, release, like a light switch, on, off, squeeze, release, 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 and squeeze, release. Good. Now you're going to do 10 slow. So what I want you to do is lifting up that pelvic floor as tight as you can. You can't use your bottom. Your pelvis is open. The hips are open. So you are really working in the pelvic floor. It's the hardest position to do it in. You are squeezing as high as you can, and then you're going to slowly release down. So you're imagining your pelvic floor is like an elevator. So you're coming, an elevator, coming all the way up to that 10th floor, squeeze, and then you come down from the 10th floor to the 9th floor, to the 8th floor, to the 7th floor, sixth floor and fifth floor, and you may feel there's no more floors, but by the end of the 4 weeks you will have those 10 floors. So again, 9 more times, keep going, lift all the way up and then release. 9th floor, 6th floor, 5th floor. You're trying to hold with each one, so increase your core endurance of your pelvic floor muscles and then slowly release all the way down. And again, keep going, lift all the way up, hold. So you're squeezing the pelvic floor as if you're stopping yourself from going for a wee, or you're stopping yourself from breaking wind. And then you're slowly releasing down to the 9th, to the 8th, to the 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st. Good. One more time, lift all the way up, squeeze, hold and release. 9th floor, 8th floor, 7th floor, 6th floor, 5th floor, 4th floor, 3rd, 2nd and 1. Good, brilliant. So from there we're going to work the pelvic floor a little bit more. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. You're going to come up onto your hands and you're going to come up onto your hands and knees again. And we're going to do a little pulse. So we're going to push the hips away, and then as you come in you're going to tilt the pelvis, squeeze your bottom and squeeze the pelvic floor forward and release and forward. So you're just getting a little bit of a curl in your lower hips and your glutes. So you're coming forward, squeeze and squeeze. So it's that little bit of a tilt and squeeze and squeeze. Keep going, don't let the head drop down. So we're starting with 10 of each exercise. So we did 5 with the swimming or the Superman, arm out in front, leg behind. We're doing 10 of these. Good. So squeezing that pelvic floor. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, good. From there, tuck your toes under. Walk the hands towards the knees. Lift the legs. Soften the knees. And then I want you to gradually walk your hands in towards your feet. If you've got very tight hamstrings, those knees can stay bent. And then you're walking the hands along the legs, curl up through the spine and lift and lengthen. Brilliant. Curling the shoulders back and down, nice and relaxed. Now we're going to go into a balance. So I'll have my back to you. Rosie, if you come forward on the side, actually from the side. So shoulders nice and relaxed. What I want you to imagine is you're being pulled up towards the ceiling by a piece of string. I've grabbed your head and your neck. So whatever posture you tend to have, whether you curl forward or you have the little back arch, I want you to really think about lengthening through the spine and lifting up through the spine. So shoulders are nice and relaxed. Make sure the head and neck isn't coming forward. And you're pulling that belly button gently in as you lift up through the spine. Good. Rosie's lucky, she's got a lovely posture. So we're going to go into a balance. So shoulders are nice and relaxed. You're going to breathe in. Again, just lift the pelvic floor to a little low level so we're supporting the spine and you're drawing the belly button in. And then you're going to slowly take your weight onto one foot. Hover onto that one foot and the hips try and stay in alignment. You might need to find a spot in front of you. You might even need to hold on to something. That's absolutely fine. You just got to watch that that hip doesn't move and then change sides and lift up. Lift and hover. Good. Hold and then change sides. Do one more each side. And what I want you to try and do is you're going to do this video twice a day. If you can do it a few more times in the day, say clean your teeth, lift the knee, hover, use that pelvic floor as you're holding. You're lifting that leg up. Good. You're really drawing up through the spine. So stability. Keep going. Just do one more each side. Stability encourages your muscle balance, so it helps keep your muscles balanced in alignment. It helps your reactive neuromuscular control, so therefore stronger pelvic floor because you're using the brain to think about core muscles and isolating, lifting and holding as you move. So if you notice, in theory, we are walking, so we're doing it nice and slow. You're using those core muscles, you're helping support the spine, we're not overworking anything, we're not lifting the shoulders to help lift the knee. So it's just a controlled way to make sure that you walk and you lift and control that pelvic floor. So you've always got to think about that pelvic floor staying at that nice 30% low level as you control your lifting. Okay, so shoulders nice and relaxed. Now we're going to go into a squat, so feet are about hip width apart. with a squat, what you're doing is your hands can go on your hips to start with. And again, we're doing 10 of these. You're pushing back with the hips as if you're going to sit on a chair behind you. Your chest stays lifted, so eyes look forward. As you push your bottom back, really try and pull the belly button in, and it's when you lift and squeeze that pelvic floor as you lift. Feel like you're drawing up towards the ceiling. And again, so 9 more, push your bottom back, and then lift that pelvic floor as you come up. Good, and again, keep going. So, brilliant. And then lift. So keep the tummy drawn in as you push down. Don't pull forward too much with the back. Lift up pelvic floor. Good. If you want to work a little bit harder in the glutes, when you lift up, you're coming up and squeezing the bottom. But I don't want you to be pushing back and moving the back too much. We're keeping the back in neutral alignment. We're not doing a pelvic tilt. We're keeping your hips in alignment, so as you push back, there's no pressure on the back. We're just strengthening around the back, the thighs, and in that pelvic floor and hips. Keep going. 5 more. Now, from this position, you can challenge yourself even more. Lift up onto toes of 1 foot and change your balance. So again, we're working on your balance proprioceptors, and it helps work your joint position awareness. It also improves your relax acting, and it just really helps you work those stabilizer muscles that help controlling and stabilizing as you move. Good. Keep going. Just 1 more time. Breathing out and breathing in. Good. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lovely. So from here, we're going to go into nice little side bends. Now I'm going to concentrate on mobilizing your thoracic spine. So you're going to breathe out as you stretch down to the side, working your lateral side bend, and working in the spine and moving the spine to the side. Good. And lift up and breathe out. Now you're going to do 5 each side. And breathe out. Okay, if you want to work your obliques a little bit more in the tummy, arms can come up, and as you go over to the side, you breathe in, then lift the pelvic floor, breathing out as you lift up. If you've got any back issues, stay with the hands on the hips, but use the waist to bring you up. Don't sink in the waist as you go to the side, and lift up. Good. And side, and hold, control, and good. From there, bring the arms out in front, mobilizing thoracic spine, shoulders nice and relaxed, and breathing out, twist. And breathe in center, and breathe out, twist. And breathe in center. Keep going. So you can do 5 each side, hips in alignment. Breathing in, come back to the centre, shoulders down. Watch that you're not leaning back. Pull the tummy in, working that thoracic spine. Good, 2 more each side. And twist and centre. No movement in the hips at all. Twist and centre and twist and centre and twist and centre. Good, relax the arms, shoulders nice and relaxed. And then we're going to come down onto a floor, just 2 more exercises. Just slowly bring yourself down onto your back. You can roll over onto your side if you've got any back issues. Slowly bring yourself down, head and neck nice and relaxed. Grab a pillow for under your head to start with. Hips in alignment, shoulders, chest nice and relaxed. Now, neutral spine, little bit of a gap under the lower back, so the pelvis is flat on the front. So you should be, so a little bit of a gap here. And in theory, if your hands are on the front, they're in a little triangle, and you've got your thumbs and fingers in alignment. So there's no arching with the back, and there's no pushing down, so no tilt in the back, lower back. Shoulders nice and relaxed, head and neck nice and relaxed, hands beside the hips. You're going to breathe in, and we're working pelvic stability and pelvic floor. As you breathe out, lifting that pelvic floor, you're going to slowly lengthen the leg out. So leg slide and then slowly come back in. So pelvic stability, hips in alignment, breathe out, slide the leg, and breathe in, come back. Good. Lovely. Breathe out, slide the leg, and breathe in, come back. Think about that pelvic floor, staying at that low level 30%. Still breathing wide and full, nice thoracic wide breathing. So in through your nose and out through your mouth. So pelvic floor can lift on the in-breath or out-breath. Often when you've just started and your pelvic floor is relatively weak, you will find it easier to lift on the out-breath and then try and control and hold on your in-breath. Then you make a movement on your out-breath. And breathe in, come back. Now one more each side. I want you to do 10 each side. But we're going to do one more each side. Breathing out and lengthen. Breathe in, come back. Good. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Take the pillow away from under the head so you're not overextending in the neck. The head and neck is nice and relaxed. Shoulders open, hands on the floor, feet hip width apart. Heels about a foot away from the bony bits in your bottom. Head and neck nice and relaxed. You're going to breathe in, engage that pelvic floor again. As you breathe out, I want you to tilt the pelvis, start to lift the hips, then you squeeze your bottom as tight as you can, then you're slowly rolling up through the spine as if you're going into that pelvic tilt. Don't let the knees go in or out, and then you're going to slowly roll down. And again, breathing out, curl up, breathing out. Make sure there's no tension in the neck, no compression on the neck, and then slowly roll down. Pelvis in neutral and breathe out. Tilt the pelvis, lift the hips, squeeze your bottom, make sure you squeeze your glutes before the hamstrings. It lengthens out the hip flexors as well, works those quad muscles. But also, I want you to really think about that pelvic tilt. So, keep going. Breathe in, pelvic floor. Breathing out. Tilt in the pelvis. Squeeze the belly button down. Start to lift. So, work that pelvic floor in that position and then slowly roll down. Good. And last one. Breathing out. And tilt in the pelvis. Lift the hips. Squeeze your bottom. Slowly curl up. And then roll all the way down. Feet nice and relaxed, don't let the knees go out to the side. Good. Okay, lovely. I'm just going to slip one more exercise in. It's really good exercise to work inner thighs and pelvic floor. If you stay there for a moment, if you see I've got these, a little ball, you can use a pillow, but if you put a ball between the knees, and I'll use the ring, so you can get these magic rings online or contact me and I can get some for you. Just need one. So with something between the knees, we're basically working the inner thighs and pelvic floor. Your back is in a neutral position, so you've still got that little gap under the lower back. You could fit a finger, not your whole hand. So your thumbs and fingers in alignment. Shoulders nice and relaxed, chest open, head and neck in alignment. If you want to, you can bring your pillow back again, Rosie, if you want. Okay, we're going to squeeze the knees together for 10. So you're going to breathe out, squeeze the knees, and then release. Now, keep going. I just want to explain that if your inner thighs have a relationship with the pelvic floor. The stronger the inner thighs are, they're directly connected to strength in pelvic floor. So, for example, if you wanted to try and work out where your pelvic floor was, what you can do is suck your thumb. That helps squeeze internally. It pulls your internal muscles in and up, and it just helps you isolate that area without squeezing your bottom, without squeezing any other muscle. So with this, working those inner thighs will help strengthen the pelvic floor. So you're squeezing the knees together, lifting the pelvic floor, and then release. Squeeze the knees together, lift the pelvic floor, and then release. But it's very important for you to do those 10 quick squeezes, 10 slow squeezes, and just concentrate on the pelvic floor completely on its own to help work those muscles and isolate them on their own. With this, with working inner thighs or with any of those tilts, working the glutes as well, that's sort of cheating, working the pelvic floor and around the pelvic floor. So it is important to just do those squeezes on their own as well. Okay, last two, and squeeze. So you can have a pillow between your knees from home. You don't need to have all the equipment or a band, and then release. Good. From there, take the ball away and slowly bring the knees in towards the chest, hug your knees in and rock from side to side. Okay, thank you very much for watching our DVD, and what I want you to do is, this is a 4-week challenge, so you're doing this twice a day. You're going to start off with 10 repetitions a day. Week 2 you do 20 repetitions, week 3 you do 30 repetitions, week 4 you do 40. What I want you to do is email me, contact me, Twitter, LinkedIn, let me know how it's going. Facebook, I'm Farnham Pilates and Fitness. So just find me and let me know how it's going and if you're finding improvement. Okay, thank you very much and hope to see you again soon.